And that should bring us audio. Let me check on YouTube. Got headsets. Let there be lights. So we go. Click, 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 click. Let's go here. Here we go. Then we go here. Ta-da! Oop, wrong way. I wish this program had a Control Z. That would be nice. Okay, so welcome everybody to the live stream. Sorry, just trying to play catch up here. So this is a piece of pro wrestler Bryan Danielson. And then this is from his Eco Warrior storyline, which I thought was amazing. There we go. It's good software, OBS, if you guys want to get into it. If you know Photoshop, acts a little bit like InDesign, where there's windows and pockets that things can live in. You can crop it. It's not the most intuitive way of doing it if you're used to Adobe software, but it should be, you should pick it up pretty quickly. I need to go to here. Double check. Yep. Good, so it all works out. Okay, so today we're gonna do a bunch of Kuretake demos. I'm just gonna try some things out. So there's a Vietnamese cuisine, B7 ways. So I call this muk by Mong. So Kuretake 7 ways. So we got some watercolors here. I'm gonna look at them as more of a brush tip, and then hard case, more of a flexi tip here. And then these are our liners with flexi tips. Then we have our markers. And then we have our bottles. Manga ink. I think these are similar. I gotta figure out what the difference is. And then the white. So it's a good collection of pieces. So let's start with... Oh, I'm just gonna block some things out, and I need to continue to pull up things to make sure I'm seeing everything that I need to. Okay, cool. So we're gonna block in just some general shadows real quick, just for me to get a general game plan going. I don't know if I can put music in my head without getting booted. These YouTube bots are getting a little too good. Don't like them too much. What happened recently that scared me? Oh, I think, no, Home Depot stuff makes sense. I looked it up on the internet. Those damn cookies. So, this is, let's see. Oops. Let's go here. Cool. Bryan Danielson, during his... He came back with a Eco Warrior gimmick, really because it's true to him. He didn't want to get a shirt until it was recyclable or made of recyclable things. Proceeds went to a very modern way of doing business, or more trendy current way to do business. And he came back, and at some point he got I think it was hemp and wood and all sorts of like organic materials for the belt. So that's what that is. And I just thought it'd be kind of cool to do this naturey, texturey kind of thing. So let's go with shadows. So this is the Kuretake Cambio. It's a nice gray. So the cool thing about this is it's refillable. It's a really nice, oops, can you see it? It's a nice brush tip. Oh, the OBS. Oh, right there. It's a nice brush tip if you never focus. Nope, okay, either ways. And it keeps its shape really well. This has been our demo for quite a while. It's a little low on ink because of that. But the cool thing is that it's refillable. So we just get a new body. And you put the cap back on, and then you're good to go. But it's a good undertone. It's a little gray. Let's see, it's a little warm or cool. It's a little warm, I guess. So that's good. Let's see how water soluble it is. Let's get this thing. And this is just a practice run. I just haven't painted in a while, so I'm just trying to get back into the groove of things. The cool thing about how I work is that I can just print another one, keep what I like. Like here's an old piece, and you've seen this is the first piece. Oh, I got red on the back. I'll work it out. This is the Ballard piece. This is original. This is where the pen dropped. Right here. It just fell out of my hand. Rolled across the paper. Oh well, red. I'll work with it. So let's get the ink, the bottles that I like. So it's a good ink. It's a nice. I think it's a nice matte. In my opinion, it's not super glossy. It goes on really nice and thick. It dilutes pretty well, but it's really kind of known for being a nice, rich, matte black. So let's see how it's gonna work here. So I got scraps. That's what they're for. And this I feel is a lot, oops, more of a warmer tone. But it leads really well. You can get some nice fades with the gradients. Oops, wrong cup. Happens to all of us, right? So getting some shapes in, some nice shadows just to get the party started. Switch over to something fatter. The cool thing about this arc that I liked was that Danielson was playing like a nice Healy character. Like he was really speaking a lot of truth, but he was just being a dick about it. And it's like, damn, and he's good. He's really good at it. I love it when Daniel really wrestles heel. Like when he wrestles heels, it's fun to watch. It's not the best to do all the time, but it's fun to watch because it can get really technical. It's hard hitting. It wrecks some people. I remember catching on to him right when he was getting big. I just remember seeing in full the final countdown. Like I heard of him before that, just in passing. You know, you just kind of read the dirt sheets and people talk matches here and there. People did this or that, and so just kind of hear it all over the place. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. He's gonna get picked up. And I kind of did a deep dive at the time what was available to me on him. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then he came out to WWE, and it was interesting. It's an interesting start, but it worked out at the end. Oops, let's go up higher. Like I said, just working out shapes, working out shadows, laying down foundations. Probably very wet. Let's leave it as that for now. Come back to it. So let's try out some other things. Let's go with the liners. The liners are cool. They come in a variety of sizes and a variety of shapes to do different things. So, like here's an 08. An 08 is a nice, thick, fat line. It's nice and even, it's crisp, it's sharp, it's still, the tip's still very firm. There's not a lot of give to it. If you rotate it or just run it along a certain edge, because it's like a bowl shape, you can get different lines out of it, but it's really consistent. There's different sizes of those. You know, they look like any other liner you see out there, but just look for the Kuretake brand. And then they got these flexi tips. They're mangaka flexes is what they're called. Mangaka flexible. And then they do a lot of cool things. So you can taper. This is the fine tip. Gives you a nice taper. Gives you a lot of control. It's not bad. It's they're disposable, so they're not refillable. Some of you people out there gonna try and crack it open, you know, do what you do. But they're pretty affordable. What I like about the Kuretake brand is I feel they kind of still position themselves as a nice stationary pen company and not like a fine arts company, quote unquote. Sometimes you're running across that fine arts premium tag that shows up in certain brands, but these are really nice, really affordable for what they are. Like, they understand. So this is a really nice pen. Like, here's the medium, right? But they're not refillable. It comes in a sepia. So here's the middle. It comes in a sepia as well. Let's see. But the cool thing is they have things like these. So this is more for writing, but it's a similar flexi tip. It acts a different way. Leaves down a lot of ink. But it's very similar to their flexes, but this one's refillable. It's not quite the same, but if you want a more refillable option, that's something you want to keep for a while, here it is. Gives you nice lines. You get really thin. Nice details. That's cool. This is popular as well. It's a double-sided calligraphy pen. So you got a small tip here, And you got a fat kind of loosey-goosey tip here. Let's rotate, pivot. That's been the catchphrase of the year so far. How fast can your business pivot? Gives you all nice shapes. The thin side, super firm, but you can get tiny lines out of it. So I would flip here, do that. They're tiny. See them in person. So you can tell this is super nice. There's a good reason why it's popular, but they're also they're disposable, so you can't refill these guys. You can see something nice there. Okay. And then we have. We tried the Cambio. It comes in a black. This is, I believe, the fine tip, so the brush is a little thinner. You can get super fine with it. It drags really nicely. Comes in nice shapes. Gets pretty thick, but tapers when it goes. The cool thing is about these guys, they come with a lot of cool kind of extras. This is a nice gold. It's really metallic. It's more of a dull sheen. It's not like a chrome per se, but it's super cool. Comes in a silver as well. And the brush is really nice. Holds up really well. You can do a lot with it. Just gonna layer it on a little bit if you want a nice even coat. Sometimes you kind of want those streaks to show up. And it's a squeezy one. So as it dries out, you can squeeze and push more ink through. I always recommend squeezing through or on something else, not on your piece. Sometimes it gets a little too much, and that sucks. So you can get clean. I wish these cameras were on autofocus. But they do have a sparkly line. The Wink of Stella. It's a Kuretake brand. Is a brush tip. Refillable. Here's the reservoir to keep the tip. Like I said, the tips holds up really, really well. This, I'm not sure if you can see in the video. Focal length. I don't know. But there's sparkles in there. There's glitter. So there's the gold medium that is the main portion of it, and they just put glitter in it, so it just kind of sparkles. Comes in a variety of different colors. I believe this is the gold, I believe. I forget. And then there's a silver, and there's a clear, so it's just a clear medium with glitter in it, so you want to add an extra sheen to almost anything. And then here are the markers. Oh, there we go. So these are the skin tones, double-sided. This is a firmer tip. And this is their brush tip. It's nice and squishy. Puts down a good decent amount of color. Picks up the ink from before. I get lackadaisical with this. And here's like a rose. Not a fan of the firmer tip. Do like the brush though. It's nice and squishy. Yeah, not too much of the old ink. It's probably not best used for something gigantic, but it's really good. And let's see if this white is gonna work for me today. It's our demo. It gets used quite a bit. It dries on the tip because it dries really fast, which is nice, but sometimes it dries a little too quick. You're like, hey man, I need a half a more second to go. So moisten it with some water. It gets used a lot too, so I gotta refill it. There's a nice brush tip, white. Right here's going on kind of lax. Gotta water it down a bit. Oh, brought it up. That's fine. We can demonstrate the bottle. I'm upside down. Sorry, guys. Let's go here. Similar to the other brands, nice like opaque white. It settles a little bit, but I kind of like it that way, so I can mix it up of how thick or thin I need it. But it holds up really well. See? I can lose that whole brown. Gone. It's a good highlight to add to things. See, there you go. That's a nice pop. I like it from like graffiti stuff. There's that. Cool. I think that's covers everything I have. Nope, it does not. Let's crack these open. So these are the Gassen Tambis. They come in 3 different sets: pearl, gem, and I believe metallic. These are their pearls. They're a little more iridescent than the other ones. The metallics are like gold, silver, copper, that kind of stuff. And the gems are more, they're gems. They're high opaque, shiny colors. And this thing won't open for me. Cool. So here I have these trays. And let's get started. Let's go with the green. Oh, that's nice. See, I never got a chance to play with these because I never got around to it, and every time I had thought about it, we had been sold out. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just get it next time, and then when it comes in, I don't think about it again. It can go on pretty opaque. It's super iridescent. I'm sure you can see through the video. See if I can get some photos afterwards. Let's see. I gotta figure out my webcam focal length to keep that shit blocked down, because that is annoying. So like I've been happy with where the American Dragon has gone. I kind of wish there was a little bit more American Dragon in Danielson more recently. I think it would be like a dope send-off for him to go back, especially now. Give me like a God, can I just imagine him back in like a Ring of Honor ring where there's fans up to the mat, you know, some I don't know where you are kind of situation. There's just a ring, there's a gangload of people. The lighting is like, it's alright. It's kind of yellow from the tungsten and stuff, but him and like Samoa Joe, that'd be dope. We can do it now. If we can go ham, do one of those pre-recorded, keep everybody safe. That's totally cool too. Probably preferred these days. I don't mind. Do you guys mind? I don't mind at all. It is what it is. I've always said, like, I always compared pro wrestling to live action Jackie Chan movies, because that's what it is. It's live. It's in front of a crowd. There's no takes. I read in the Jackie Chan book that one fight scene took 2 days to film, 3 days to film. Probably more than that. A long time since I read that book. But I think it would be kind of dope for him to do one last run that way. Or Gulak, that'd be cool, right? Let them shine in that way in a certain style in his home turf. Can't speak. Brushy brush, it's good. This is the thinner one, using nice fine lines. I usually just stick to the grays and washes. I mean, I'll use these markers in this one a little bit. Add bruising, be hilarious. Real, right? Oh, brushy. Oh, holds up pretty well. Picks up a little bit of the ink. Kind of depends on what you're looking for. Doesn't quite show up the color wise in the webcam. It's more pinkish. It's a nice look. Reminds me of doing those old looking at those old Zelda concept art for the Nintendo one. Everything's nice. Probably use these type of markers, to be quite honest. It's a good color. Let's go. Where are my liners at? There we go. Double-sided one again. Super popular. Use a nice crisp line. As you get used to it, you can get that taper going. And then we hit it with, let's hit it with some ink. Oh no, not water soluble. Most of these are more for writing, so they don't take this into account. That's fine. Now I know. And knowing is half the battle. which is a brilliant marketing plan that's stuck around for 30 some odd years now. Not bad. So that ink is a little more cooler. I see a little more purple in there. Maybe a violet, if you want to call it that. So this is gonna be part of a zine that I'm putting out in conjunction with a few other peeps like Johnson Miller and such. Sorry guys. You know what, I dig it. It's called Suplex. It's gonna be a pro wrestling zine. I'm trying to do things of all types. I have an AEW one. Here's my WWE one. Worked on a Sable one because it's hilarious. Defines an era. So yeah, if you guys want to be part of it, it's pretty straightforward. We all band together to get enough content for a book, and then I put together a PDF, and everybody gets the PDF. All the contributors get a copy of the PDF, and you can produce it and sell it however you like. Jonathan has somebody who he made a zine with, and they make like a hardbound edition. Like he's worked a way to make a cool hardbound edition for it. So yeah, do it. Find ways to do you, and hopefully at the end of the day I have a couple originals. We can auction those off to a couple charities. That'll be nice. So this is Strathmore, Bristol. 100 pound. Probably not the weight to use this much water on. It'll buckle quite a bit. I'm used to watercoloring on 300 pound because I just couldn't stand stretching watercolor paper. It was such a hassle. So I mixed it up, but using 300 pound made life so much easier. That's the ink. Let's try. Here's another one of their brushes. It's a Bimoji. It's a nice brush tip. It's not refillable, however the brush holds up really well, and so I just use this ink and I just dip it because the brush holds up. Like, it's still sharp. This is the demo. There's a couple of frays and we had to trim some off because it goes through a lot of hands, but look at this, nice and sharp, super even, nice clean taper. It looks cool, right? Has a little thing to hang on. It's dope. I think that's all I have right here for Kuretake. I'll have to learn that again. So we got the bottles of ink. We got white, we got black or manga, and then the black 60. And then so we got their brush tips. They come in a variety of different styles and colors and finishes. Right, squeezy, hard cases. This is a hard case one. Most of them are refillable. A variety of colors. And we got their liners. Come in different sizes, different colors. They got the sepia, they got sets. Individually they are $3, but if you buy them in the packs, they typically come $2 a piece. So a pack of 8 is going to be 16 bucks. So it's a really good deal. Get all the sizes. Oh, sorry, those are the flexi tips. The cases look similar. So we got the flexi tips, the manga cup flexes. These are the disposable ones, and then they come in different ones that are refillable with different kind of tips. We carry that gray one. Similar thing here. This is a nice fat brush with the hard tip on the other side. And the watercolors, these are their pearl set for the Gasentambi. It's a fairly new line, in the last year or so. No, 2-3 years now. Whew. Time flies. They do also normal watercolors as well. They come in these little trays. You can see they can pop out. So they all come in these little trays, and you have your big tray. You just put them in there, build your own set. Come in a variety of different ones, 12, 24, 36, I believe. And there's maybe one bigger than that, like a 128 maybe. But it's a big set. And markers. Not refillable, but nice squishy tips, good color, very vibrant. What you see is what you get. It's like that's the color. Like there's no second guessing, and it looks really good. Goes on really well. Tips are pretty juicy. As an artist, you should know what that means. Yeah. And cool. I think that about covers it. So, thank you for dropping by. Let's see here. Do I have a stick? I do not. This has been Lund from Full Aromatic with Art Club. This is kind of what we do at cons. We show everybody what's up. We go through art supplies. I feel art supplies are kind of like guitars. You have to try them out to really feel how they work in your hands. Everybody has their